lamenting luminations of Luminaughty, moving a being of nuance into nonchalance today via filming whilst broadcasting live on this of the Bigo Coal Crystal hosting vertices. One of one. These sound renderings will be evaporated to precipitate from two separate clouds meant with intent to be held within mind of bodies as connecting with each other. As we have physiques normally lent into a constraint of time, bear with me through a sum of these moments and hang in there throughout as I embed as succinctly concise pair within these temporal anomalies. Magnifier. Someone would like to know how this would work were you to use it. And what may you use it for? What might this symbolize for you? A needle in a haystack? Or perhaps an adjustment for to fall of a tower to be cross moat as bridge? Let's check these tracks for whom the wolf howls and get the eye threading from what's been spooled here. Contemptation and analysis disguising repulsion's usefulness in social magnetism engineered within this spiritual architecture. This is channeled from one whose wishes may be mutual with those who may be inspiring opening contribution intent on to fulfill. Except who knows? Perhaps you aren't singling yours elf in there. Either way, hope beyond doubt enjoys a ride. You, yes you, may be pensive about me and my works here at this point. Yes, save it is up to you to discern its featherweight of gold or worth as enlightening gem. For so many charlatans endured make hard on genuine article for passers-by in this day and age of a world engulfed in revelations of digitized faeires seemingly at war between the battlefields of information and communication. Makes for a heartfelt listens for feels far too few between gains for ground. Drop me. I'm hereby opening for that to switch it up. Robbed of robes. Remember, without you of a mind to impress, your physique would empirically have nothing to do. You are in command of your body, unless it becomes another way round. Right now, somebody is ambiguous to how they may as might like the way you contain that control, and other than know if you'd ascertain that guidance were other than a body to give it to you. Whether you subscribe, share, comment, and or thumb up this content is up to you, hitchhiker. Not in my hands here to untangle. Inevitably, someone, perhaps neither you nor I, save who knows somebody has been, so deeply gut-wrenchingly, heartbrokenly racked by emotions that the only way forward in the great beyond is to be a thespian of happiness and the taskmaster of ceremony, ringing in the nuance of circumstance for whom ritual bells toll. Have you ever thought about saying something like what follows to somebody you once knew who recognizes you from before, and it's been a while. You've been through so much phenomenal changes. Quote, are you recognizing somebody that held some kind of value to you at some point? And was that a two-way street? I'm a little hazy about remembering if we ever knew each other. Perhaps you've mistaken me for someone else. Unquote. Save, you didn't say it to them because you have retained a composure of compassion for them and whom they once knew. Someone other than knows if you'll get a few moments to daydream today of what your memory of whom they were may inspire of them for nuanced ruminations. Save, if you do, other than inform them, and if later you wake from a dream about it overnight, perhaps share a summation of this dream with someone else, a friend, close family member, journal, or colleague. This may burgeon this channel's growth and fill sails with a supernatural wind that may bring summations eventually into filial harbors, being yours or otherwise, and build an awareness to the purposes of a mission's positioning. There are some whose satiety comes not from attainment, save the untangling. A consensus attempts to move us like this. Occasionally it soaks through, save we've yet to be found by another having what it is to be gaslighting necessary around here in these trying times. So more about that with this, and this with that, someone in the temporal forecast. For now, que sera, save not to untangle considering you're too unique. Unforgettably, I've been had by the best, yet no longer lingering as they let me down. There is an ephemeral veil I'm sensing round here in this reading. Something, or an essence perhaps, one may almost nearly put one's finger on it. Low-key lock it, as if there's is some unspoken truth within a disguise of psychic fog. However overarching, the bow does tend to give a good scent that draws unfamiliarity in for a taste. Take care of yourself, as if I were able, as I are, at this moment predisposed, in the interim, to live again. Zero of one. Not a laughing matter to untangle. Luminaughty. Dichotomies of wholeness. On one with a mission for a position. XYZ PDQ. As a rule of thumb, I know I can't spell it out for you. No rule is a rule. Yes, and no, not wisdom to untangle. And yes, save when and where you may, yes, you. Turn that lively and or lovely voice of resurrection upon yourself. If you'll allow me, a fellow, you may now leave yourself out within the momentum of your choice. Now and again, if you'll allow us a smidgen of exhibitionism, I'll expose you to a desiring nudity of the nakedness this magic mirror works. Sensing how your enchantment mediates action through your counterpart or peers may lend an echo to that age-old, thrice-felled fold of law, and a comprehensive seasoning to a cycle's perseverance through renewals of just reward, spooling to pearl of greeting price, threading to needle thimble knot, a finger entangle. A one-win cipher validation key to this combination on lock is not so much the untangle of what this mirror shows you it tizzy is through us its magic works, what the results of exposures prove about the prism one's chosen to trust investments at risk into filter of sift capacities to double as a mirror of reflections, improvising prowess that separates kernel from chaff and furthers those invested improvements. Hex YZ PDQ. A guiding intent for checks and balances where following one's heart of desires may lead. Truth or fallacy. If we feel like we've known something all along, why stall for options that rend us from our goals? Though they may open one's curtains to nuance, anticipations other than free up the results of guiding expectation. So both may have cons for pro. I've heard that about true happiness and where it lies. A catch-22? So, does this intuit sources of happiness may other than be found in another delusion? Is it in one's ability to open others to the doors of contribution, and thus the sharing in that love and or happiness? My standards are virtues at value to my own morale and well of being. Would any transmit similarly? And though change is imminent, what guides change through being this one is fundamentally always the same at the core. The fear, envying from a future, dreading the sobriety of what is now. Being born from history. If you are feeling as though I have spoken too frankly, consider how Peter, Harry, Charles, Tom, or Dick may have had it put, and or put it. Because one may hate to say I told you so, other than say, I other than ever said I love you. I do want to collect your snot. Do I want to collect your snot? And feed it to my faeires kin? Now and again. Sometimes silence bounces.